Hey everyone, it's Bonnie Rogers, and I'm echoing, and this is not good, so I'm going to unplug this thing. So hi everyone, I'm Bonnie Rogers. I'm an herbalist, I'm a health coach, and tonight's talk is really on how you can eliminate menopause symptoms without using hormones, medications, and by just using some food and simple herbs, you can really make a difference in how you are doing. Trying to unlock this seat to see if I can get someone in here, but I don't seem to be able to do this. That's pretty crazy. So, tonight I'm just going to do this with just me talking because I can't seem to work this blab thing. It's a whole new thing for me, and I'm just going to start talking. So, if you have any questions on the right-hand side, just type your questions into the live chat, and I'll be happy to answer them. So I'm Bonnie Rogers, I'm an herbalist, I'm a health coach, and my goal is really to help people feel good in and about their bodies. Because we don't need to be using all kinds of crazy hormones. We can really use simple things. It's now the spring. I don't know what part of the world you're in, but the dandelions are starting to come out right now. And dandelions are the best thing to start to really clear out your liver from all this winter. And also all the hormones and all the other stuff that's going on in your body, dandelion. So when you start seeing the dandelion flowers, go outside as long as they're not being sprayed and pick them. Fill up your jar, fill it with apple cider vinegar, and let it sit for 4 to 6 weeks. And then you'll have strain it, and you'll have the most amazing vinegar that's going to help clear out your liver, clear out the hormones, and help you feel really good. It's really about the food that you're eating. You have to watch your sugars when you're talking about different types of symptoms that you may be getting. I was hoping I'd be getting some questions here, so I'm just talking. So many people are living with hot flashes and extra estrogens that have come through their body, and they're really making them crazy. So you really want to use cooling things, drinking nourishing herbal infusions. So oat straw, nettles, red clover. I like adding in hawthorn berries into all mine when I'm making them. Linden. They're cooling. They're going to help you put minerals in your body so that you're not mineral deficient. When you're mineral deficient, you're having magnesium, calcium, phosphorus, all those things that your body really needs. You need to build your bones. So many people, they go into menopause and they start getting osteoporosis. And then they start taking things like Lipitor and Crestor, and they start making their bones really, really brittle. And they're taking things like Boniva that make them brittle, and they're taking HRT and estrogen replacement that really are making the bones brittle and not flexible. You really want to make sure you have flexible bones. And using things like lots of leafy green vegetables, fermenting your foods, makes a huge difference. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about how you can start using these early spring greens to put some iron, magnesium, all those minerals into your body. So right now in the Northeast, the garlic mustard is growing, the chickweed is growing, dandelion greens. I love making a pesto. In fact, I'm thinking that this week I'm going to go out and pick some of these things and make a really nice pesto with a combination of garlic mustard, chickweed, dandelions, and it's delicious, and it's going to make a huge difference in how you feel. All of a sudden, you start bringing these things in your body, and you're energetic, and you feel great. And it's about building up your bones and giving yourself nutrient-rich food. Using fermented foods. So buy organic whole milk yogurt. Don't buy 0% fat. Don't buy low fat. Fat doesn't make you fat. You want to be getting whole milk organic. If you can get grass-fed yogurt, that's even better. I find this really nice. It's called Maple Hill, and it's a grass-fed, organic, yummy, delicious yogurt. And it just puts those good flora into your gut, and it makes you feel amazing. And also adding in things like sauerkraut, fermented foods. I don't know if you've ever made sauerkraut or know the difference between sauerkraut that you make and sauerkraut that you purchase. When you purchase sauerkraut, it's made with sugar, it's made with vinegar, and it doesn't give you any, doesn't give you the probiotics that you want. If you're eating fermented foods, you really want to be infusing these probiotics into your gut, because that's what's going to help heal you. So many people have gut problems, and this is not a gut class. But if you can get your gut healthy, all those menopause symptoms are really going to slow down. And it's really about making a balance, a really good balance for yourself. I love making sauerkraut. I use this really cool thing called the Perfect Pickler. You can see it on my website. It's this little airlock thing that you put on top of a ball jar, and it takes 7 days. It's a simple process, and it tastes delicious. Red cabbage, I love making red cabbage sauerkraut, regular cabbage sauerkraut. And in the summertime, when the string beans are crazy in my garden, I ferment the string beans, and it's so delicious. In the wintertime, just grabbing some of these, they just infuse yourself with delicious yumminess. And I wish I could figure out how to open up this seat for the person who's in here, but it doesn't seem to want to. But if you have any questions, please send me a message on their live chat so I can know what you want, because I'll be very happy to target this call for what you're looking for. You know, if it's hot, you know, are you looking for hot flashes? You know, what are the menopause symptoms that you have that are stopping you from being your best? One of the things that I seem to specialize in is helping people with vaginal dryness. So I have a couple of products that I do sell on my website. One's called Sex Butter and one's called Boudoir Butter. And they're organic vaginal lubes, and they really help women, whether they're doing it for sex or they just want to be able to walk around without feeling like they have sandpaper between their legs. They want to feel comfortable. They want to be able to have good sex again, because going into menopause and being dry, whether it's dry internal or on the clitoral area, it stinks. And I can tell you it's you know, it doesn't work for me. Sex butter is really wonderful for me. For some people, they want to make their own stuff. So plantain this time of year is wonderful. Make a plantain oil with it. That's not so tasty if that's one of your things that you want to do, but it will really help somebody who has such intense vaginal dryness. Or making a comfrey oil. Using the plants. The plants want to be used, and they're all over the place right now. I want people to be drinking these overnight. When I talk about overnight infusions, I'm not sure if you know what I mean by that. So what we like to do is to take an ounce of herb. So that's approximately 1 to 1.5 cups of herb. So you're using a lot of herb. Put them in a ball jar, a quart ball jar, and fill that with just under boiling water. And you stir it once it goes in, and I like to walk away for about 5 minutes after I put the water in, and I find that the water will go down about 1 inch. Come back and top it off, put your cover on it, leave it on your counter overnight. In the morning, strain it. Sometimes I strain it right into a pot, heat it up, and then put it into a thermos and drink it all day long. Sometimes I just strain it and put it into the refrigerator. And if I don't have time to strain it, I put the whole jar in the refrigerator, because you don't want it to be fermenting after 8 hours, say, or overnight. You want to have it that way, and just drink it. It's delicious. The nettles might seem a little green to you the first few times, but as you start to drink it, you just feel the energy, and your nails start feeling better, and your hair starts feeling good, and you just have more energy. I know when I haven't drank my infusions. In fact, I didn't drink them today, and I really noticed the difference today, because I really needed it, because I didn't sleep so good last night. We all have those times. You know, this week it's all about doing my taxes, and not that I want to be doing that, but it's one of those things that we got to do this around here. And I want you to start getting iron in your body, so you have all that energy. So the dandelions, take those dandelions, if you're weeding them out of your garden right now, and take them, chop up the roots. You can make a root tincture. I like the root better in the fall, but you can chop it up and then you can make tea with it. You can take the leaves, you can saute them, or you can make a really nice vinegar with them. The flowers, make an oil with it because it's a really great skin oil. It's great for pain. It's great for breast massage, especially if you have cystic breasts. Use these plants that you're going to be pulling up because they're weeds. People pull chickweed. They pull the garlic mustard. Use these weeds because they're really, really amazing for you. And if you don't know what they're supposed to look like, just Google them and say image of garlic mustard, image of dandelion. Make sure you're using the proper herb, or find a local herbalist that can take you out. If you live in the Westchester area, I'm in Westchester in New York. I'm doing a weed walk at an organic farm called Hilltop Hanover Farms in May. I don't remember what date. It's on my website. My website for anybody who's looking is bonniesherbals.com. And I love to take people out and show them the magic of the plants and really teach them what these plants are and what they look like. But you want to make sure you're using the plants that are growing around. So, for example, right behind me are these beautiful roses that my husband bought me for my birthday. But you don't want to smell the roses that people buy you because they have so many pesticides on them. They're beautiful and they're great and they signify love and all that wonderful stuff. But they're not to be used to make medicine. They have pesticides on them. And you want to make sure that when you're using things like roses, you're using wild roses or roses that you grow in your garden that you know that don't have any pesticides on them. Because roses are wonderful and they're cooling. And if you're a hot menopausal woman, a little bit of rose tea is going to cool you down. A little rose oil is going to cool you down. And you can make an amazing rose oil in olive oil and not use essential oils, which it takes 2,000 pounds of roses to make 1 ounce of essential oil. So it uses a lot of raw material, and I really like to conserve that and use things like olive oil or even avocado oil. You can use these oils to make wonderful massage oils for yourself. What do I want to talk about? Hot flashes. Sometimes when you have all these hot flashes, just imagine it's the Kundalini energy coming up all the way up, and some they'll call it liver fire rising and Kundalini energy, and let it just flow through you. But use things like the red clover, the nettles, the oat straw. I have clients that just use that combination, and really within a month or so of drinking a quart a day of this infusion, their hot flashes are way less than they were. You know, using things like a little bit of motherwort to stop the anxiety. For anybody who's out there and listening to this, I do consults. So if you need some help with figuring out what herbs might be the best for you, we can do a 15-minute free call, and we can discuss to figure out if it's something that you need help with or not. But I'm happy to do that. So just let me know. You can always email me at bonniesherbals.com, or just go on the website and there's lots of information there. I want to make sure that you're using things to build your bones. So I talk a lot about bone broth. In fact, there's a blog on the website on bone broth. Bone broth is basically like glorified chicken soup, but you use a little bit of apple cider vinegar when you're doing it because it starts to leach the minerals, because we want the minerals in our body. So we want to take the minerals out of the bones into the soup and we drink it. What I've been doing lately with mine is I use bones. I buy bones. I do bone backs and necks, and a little apple cider vinegar. Then I put in my vegetables, your carrots, celery, onions, parsnip if you have them. I put astragalus in to build the immune system. I put seaweed in. It's great for your thyroid. Remember, if you're going through all this menopause stuff, you want to make sure you have a balanced thyroid. And my secret weapon these days is I put about 1 pound of shiitake mushrooms in it, and it gives it that really nice, rich broth taste, but it builds your immune system. You want to stay strong. You want to keep your bones strong. You want to keep your energy up. And you want to make sure that your gut stays really healthy. So making sure you have, good beans, so whether it's lentils, getting these phytoestrogens in your body, some yogurt, the herbal infusions, and then using the other herbs, the specific herbs that are for what you need. Motherwort's really nice. For those people that are dealing with insomnia, a little bit of skullcap, like 1 dropper of skullcap before you go to bed. It stops those mind movies. I don't know if you're like me. You lie down in bed and all of a sudden you're writing your blog. You're thinking about the client that you talked to today, the client that's coming tomorrow, what your kids are doing. My daughter just got engaged this weekend, so I'm thinking about all that other kind of stuff. So for me, 1 dropper of skullcap, and I go to sleep. But I could have skullcap during the day, and skullcap during the day doesn't make you fall asleep. What it does is it really makes you laser focused. So imagine that you're kind of ADD, and I use skullcap for a lot of ADD people, whether they're kids or adults. It helps to focus you, almost like you put blinders on, so you don't see all the other ADD crap going on around you. So it's a really nice thing to do. Welcome to whoever's been here. If you have any questions, please just pop them into the live chat. I cannot figure out how to unlock. Oh, it says unlock seat. Let's see if this works. No, it doesn't. If anybody wants to come on here and talk to me live, if you know how to do this, please let me know, because this is my first blog and I'm not sure about this thing. So chickweed tincture or chickweed. Chickweed this time of year is beautiful, and you can get lots of chickweed. You can pick it. You can eat it as a salad. You can make it as a tincture. It helps cool you down. It helps dissolve fat. It's got a lot of what they call saponins in them. And what saponins do is they dissolve things. And so a lot of times people want to be using them to dissolve fats that come in. And it's at this time of year, it makes some good vinegars. I mean, really, I started with the dandelion, and I'm going to really end with dandelion. Dandelion is really wonderful for helping clear your liver, help with your estrogens, help your digestion. If you have acid reflux, dandelion's going to help you get more hydrochloric acid in there because when you have acid reflux, it's not like you don't have enough acid. You have too little, and you need to have a little bit more, so a little bit bitters. So dandelion, I like to use burdock. There's a lot of things, mugwort or wormwood or all that. Just a couple of drops will help to stimulate your body to produce more digestive enzymes so that you feel better. And you can digest your food and get the nutrients out of them. If you're taking a proton pump inhibitor, like an Nexium, if you're taking antacids, you're blocking the calcium from being absorbed into your body. And so if you're eating all these foods that you think are going to be nourishing you and they're not nourishing you, then why bother eating them? So if anybody has questions for me, please feel free to email me at bonnie@bonniesherbals.com. I'm very happy to answer your questions for you. If you'd like to do a free call, please let me know. I'll be happy to do that. Just go on my website, bonniesherbals.com, and click on the set up a 15-minute free consults. And we'll do this again sometime when it's not my first time and I can figure out how to use this silly thing. Have a wonderful evening, everybody.